there's been a major debate whether climate change, also previously known as global warming, is a thing. There's also been an even bigger debate as to whether climate change has been directly affected by human activities. But today we're going to talk about how the Earth is experiencing climate change as a direct result of human activities. Knowing about climate change and how our daily activities affect our environment will further prevent us from incurring future damages to our environment. First off, we're going to talk about how population and rapid consumption of resources affects our climate. Secondly, we're going to talk about how climate change will affect our future. And lastly, we're going to talk about how we can reduce climate change. First off, we're going to talk about how climate change is affected by population growth and consumption of our resources. There are many natural processes throughout the planet that involve emitting gases, such as volcanoes erupting. There are also other processes that absorb these gases, like trees, which store carbon dioxide in the trunks. There are also other processes that are unnatural, such as burning fossil fuels that release gases. According to NASA, on average, a volcano emits 130 to 280 million tons of carbon dioxide per year. However, burning fossil fuels, on the other hand, releases 100 times more than that, so about 26 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year. There are 7 billion plus people on the planet, with an estimated guess of about 9 million later down the road. We're going to burn through some fossil fuels. We're going to burn through some of our finite resources. However, it's our job to protect our future and protect our planet. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about how climate change is going to affect our future. The world is made up of about 70% water. And in these oceans and in these bodies of water, it's teeming with life. One of these life forms is a coral reef. Coral reefs are experiencing what's called coral bleaching. Coral bleaching occurs in 90 of the 109 known countries that have corals. Coral bleaching is essentially the death of coral reefs. Coral reefs provide many ecosystem services, such as providing breeding grounds or safe places for other marine life to live. The Global Coral Reef Monitoring Network says that another threat of warming ocean temperatures, like what happens with coral bleaching, is the spread of acidification of ocean waters caused by excessive amounts of climate warming due to CO2 dissolving into the oceans. This threatens other species of marine life, such as crabs or oysters, which in turn threatens the marine food web in the oceans, and then in turn also affects us via fishing industries and our economic prospects with fisheries. According to the World Wildlife Foundation, there is a massive amount of global warming caused in the Arctic due to greenhouse gases. The World Wildlife Foundation says that Arctic warming in the Arctic is going at a rate of 2 times faster than the rest of the planet. The Arctic is about, roughly, I would say about 2 times the size of the continental United States. And with a mass amount of ice that big, there's a big bunch of light that reflects off the harsh UV rays from the sun, which therefore helps keep our planet a little cooler. However, at the rate that we're burning through fossil fuels and adding to greenhouse emissions, we are increasing climate change, which therefore melts the ice and unfortunately leads to the ocean rising, which can lead to coastal cities and thousands of people being displaced. So at the rate that humans are burning through our natural resources and creating greenhouse gases and things, it's really up to us to start to become a little bit more responsible with our resources and our one planet to kind of change and slow down that climate change that we're experiencing. So now, lastly, we're going to talk about how to decrease climate change. One of the ways to decrease climate change is through resource consumption, or decreased resource consumption. We can do this by slowing down are processes of using our finite resources, like our lumber industry, for instance. Deforestation is the massive slashing and cutting down of our trees. And according to the New York Times, billions of tons of carbon is stored in trees. And when forests are cleared, most vegetation is burned, sending massive amounts of carbon carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, causing climate change. When we reduce and reuse our materials, it causes less of a need for us to use brand new resources, which therefore in turn causes us to burn more carbon emissions. And another way to start to save our planet and reduce our climate change is by using greener energies such as solar technology or wind technology, which has drastically less amounts of carbon emissions than using our old fossil fuels. So in conclusion, I would like you all to think twice about what you do and where you go and what kind of resources you're using in your everyday lives. And think about, the next person, the next generation who's going to need our planet. Thank you.
Good.